Hey everybody, Latisha Snider. This is our Tuesday, November 29th, 2016 live Zoom meeting, and I want to go ahead and get started since I have a limited amount of time for training. And so I've got several notes that I've got here, and I will probably share my screen a time or two. And I also have to get kids to bed as soon as I'm done. So we'll see where we go, how things get, and I want to get right into our training. And so we have about 30 minutes or so to get as much accomplished out of my notes that I can get. So today is, as I said, we've got one day left for November. So with that in mind, I'm going to try and figure out the glare on the glasses here. Sorry about that. The last day of the month, we're about 28 hours or so away. And so 29 from the last cutoff of the day. So with that in mind, you want to no matter how you've been doing throughout the month, whether it's November, December, January, when you're down to the last day, if you have not been working like your life depends on it, that is what I want you to think about and get into your mind and come across and say, my bills for this coming month depend on it. My electricity depends on it. So you want to keep that in mind. And if you are looking at, your cell phone bill, or you need to go get groceries, whatever you make for the month that we are finishing up, which right now is November, whatever month you're in, what you make December, the next month for us right now, your income is based upon what you make in November, what you wait for rank, what you reach for your business volume, and where you go with your business. So keep that in mind and take block everything out that you've done to this point, whether you've done well or whether you haven't, whether you've talked to 20 people each day, whether you've talked to 10 people, whether you've talked to no people. Put it all out of your mind, think about it, and this next 24 plus hours is crucial to reach your next rank. If you are going for bronze and you're 2 away, 3 away, 1 away, whatever it is, you set forth the mindset, you have nothing to lose. You are going for it. You are going to do the best that you can. You are going to reach out to as many people as you can, in person, online, offline, Messenger, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, any type of communication, Craigslist, Backpage, all these things. You are going to go full-blown, massive action and get that accomplished. Okay? That is what we're going to work on right now with about 28 hours of the month left. This is how I want you to attack each day, as if it is the last day of the month. You can also keep that in mind for your cutoff day, which is Thursdays. Midnight Pacific time, we have a cutoff. And for those people that upgrade before that, they lock in their position, and that keeps them where they are. And anybody that doesn't get locked in, they move down. And the upgraded distributors or customers stay. So keep that in mind for your cutoff, your final day, your final hour, and that's how we're going to approach this. It's like No matter what you've done, your slate is clean. We're starting from scratch, and we're going to reach massive action now. All right, so this is where we go into our warm market. We need to message anybody and everybody that you haven't, whether you have a script to use or not. Aaron has an amazing script in there, and he approaches it like in the SBC Power Team group. You approach it like, hey, what have you been up to? Start a conversation. Whether you start a conversation or say, hey, I am down to a few hours before I wrap it up. I'm done really well with my business. Would you like to take a look and see why so many people are joining it? However you approach your warm market, people that are in your warm market, they see you. They see what you're doing. They see whether you're being consistent, whether you're being successful, whether you're posting progress, whether you're excited about what you're doing. You've got to always have the excitement, the enthusiasm, and get that across when you're talking to people. It also needs to be a huge forefront key to your timeline on your Facebook page, on Twitter, on whatever social media site you're using, to always get that energy put off into how you are, how you're interacting with people. Always be, if you're not over the top normally, you don't need to be over the top for that. But when I sit and talk to somebody, whether it's on the phone or in person, I've had several where I've talked to explain just for me and what it is with how I do with the hibernate and the incredible results that I have. Just the idea of being able to fall asleep when for the last almost 3 years since it has been 3 years now since I was diagnosed with Graves' disease, and how it's affected heart rate, blood pressure, and that affects insomnia and not being able to fall asleep and get distracted from what I'm doing, and just to get that out of my mind and to stop the thought process, because I get so excited about things, it won't shut down. But for those in my warm market, the people that know me, the people that know what I've dealt with health problems as well as other things prior to the Graves' disease, is that they understand that it's been difficult for me. And so my excitement is because it has benefited me so much, and to be able to fall asleep, to be able to dream again. I mean, this is huge. And so I put that in the forefront of my stories, my testimony, how I look at things, how I talk to people, and I want to express to them how it's done for me. And by doing this, it's to be a product of the product. Whichever product or all of the products or any of them that you have used or plan to use, you will have your own story. And some of you may have had more than one or two products that you've been using, have gotten started with, and so you have your own story, you have your own experience. Plus, we also have others in SBC that have the pictures and the stories and the before and after situations where we're sharing it. And we have real people and videos and testimonies and pictures and websites and so many resources that we have, people being the product of the product. So with that, people that ask us questions, does this work? We know it works. It may not have had the same outcome for us individually as it has for another person. It may have had better results for us than another person. Each person is different, but share that excitement. Share how standing on the stage in Nashville, there were about, I think there were 6 diamonds standing up there, and they were explaining, and every single one of them, because they had experienced such a huge change to their life, their body, and weight loss, that they were in tears. And a few of them had many of us in tears, because it was so powerful to see 200 pounds, 240 pounds, 260 pounds less of one human being standing on the stage wearing, you know, a size 8 dress or a size 10 dress instead of a 30. You know, so for these people that are experiencing this, it is a huge impact to their life. And so you are the excitement, you are the enthusiasm, you are the storyteller for these people. So we know the products work. They work for nearly everybody. Each person is different. Some have different effects, and you can adjust which it is. Now having Skinny Fiber in SB Max, the more powerful product with the SB Max, I would recommend, you know, if they want the best results, the fastest results, you go for the SB Max. And that's one of the things that I've been doing with Craig. That back down, got situated. All right, so we're going to go back into mindset and talking to people, and the warm market. Right, that's where we're at. So with the warm market, and get across that enthusiasm, get across what your message is, get it out there, share it with those people, and ask for the tour. You ask them, you say, do me a favor. Okay, can I count on you to take the tour? And, you know, be straight with them, be upfront with them, ask for it. And if they may say yes, they may say no. They, you know, depending on how close you are with them and the interactions that you have. And also you can ask if they have the time to do it now, or if they should wait till, you should wait till later to ask them to watch the video. And don't send them the link until you're ready. Make it to where they're wanting to see it, and you're not just, you know, puking out your link here and saying, oh, okay, you know, I'm desperate, please look at this, oh, I gotta make money, I gotta do this, please, please. You know, don't come off as desperate. Come off as busy. Schedule your time. Make it to where they have to depend upon your schedule to get it from you. Say, well, you know, if you can't watch it now, let me know when I can get back to you. Or this time would work better for me. Give them something to work with, but keep it in a limited space of time. That, well, I can't do it tonight because I've got an appointment. I can't do it right now because I've got a meeting. I have almost every single afternoon and evening is tied up with videos, trainings, webinars. I've been doing more on the Audible books and training and learning and working on personal development. And so trying to return messages at some time has also been kind of difficult, because even though I have my phone and it is continually, you know, popping up and beeping and making noise, if I'm focused on something, that is where I am going to continue to keep my focus. And so, you know, it's easier just to tell someone that, be honest, if you're busy with something, make them, you know, reach out more to try and get with you. It's you that are busy. You are going to help change their life You are going to help increase their income, help them lose weight, look younger, have more energy, or sleep better. You know, the income is awesome. It's not huge. It's not anything crazy for a while, but trust me, it's getting there, and it will for you. So if you focus on helping 3 people and that gets you to bronze, then helping those people with all the training that you can do, all the nurturing you can do to help them with all the tools and resources that they need, they get to bronze. You continue to build. You will reach silver and gold and so on. But for you to focus on helping people and, like I said, you're changing their lives. By doing so and focusing on your team and benefiting them, you will help yourself. And I'm excited to be able to change lives. I'm excited to have, that one person be able to go to an event, stand on a stage, and tell them how thrilled they are that I was the one that got them started with this product, and they've lost 80 pounds because of it, or they've lost 120 pounds because of it. Okay, this is where, I'm working on my own weight and my own weight problem, which I've struggled with, but it's hard because of the thyroid disease. So, but to know that somebody is grateful because of what I do, that is what I'm after. That is what's powerful to me, and that is what is going to tell me that I am being successful. So, and I want that for you. I want you to be able to feel, for you to have a person or people that you are helping change their lives. That's exciting to me. So, okay, I've got some more notes. To do something today that do something today that your future self will thank you for. That, just keeping busy, doing income producing activities. Anything that you do, while I was saying to be busy and keeping busy, with doing that, that is just treading water is not being busy. Just surviving is not producing income. It is not bettering yourself, whether it be, the personal development like I talked about, or helping others. Just, I'm not sure how to explain when you're just, surfing your news feed, commenting on posts and liking posts and stuff like that, to be able to limit your time of do that in short bursts to where you are helping your team, you are helping other Skinny Body Care members, but to be able to focus on building your business. That is the income producing activities that will get you to building your business, building your income. And I said, do not be afraid to ask for the sale. That's basically where I'm asking you to ask people to take the tour. If you're online, that's where you're wanting to be, is to ask for the take the free tour. If you're offline and you have business cards, to give people that, and make sure that you always get your prospect's name and phone number, and to give them a call back within 24 hours. Remind them where you met and what you talked about. If you don't have a business card, then just write down your name and your number on a piece of paper and hand it to them. This is for the people that have asked you about your button. in most cases, or you had a brief conversation about what you're doing, or the people that you know are familiar with and said, hey, looks like you've done something different. What's going on? If you don't have time to talk or make yourself to where you don't have the time to talk, then it's like, well, I'd love to talk to you about it, but I don't have time right now. I've got a training to do, or I've got an appointment. I've got a webinar to take notes on, whatever you can say, get out of there, and then call and check in with them at another time, because you don't want to be the person that can just stand around and talk for hours. You don't want to be the person that can just sit and be on Messenger for hours, because the more time you're on Messenger talking to various people, especially if they are a prospect that has taken the tour or wanting to know more about the business, if you're spending an hour talking to this person, whether it has, unless they've upgraded, and it's not that it's a waste of time, but it appears to them that, oh, well, you don't have anything to do. You don't have anywhere to be. You can just hang out all day long. And, what does that mean to them? Oh, well, I've got to talk to prospects for hours. And I've got to answer all these questions. And I've got to do all this stuff to even get them to watch the video. No. Can I count on you to take the free tour and watch that video? The video will explain everything. And stay busy, but don't spend time on any one person for very long, because the system does the work for you. Once they pre-enroll, as long as they use a correct email address and it begins sending the follow-up messages to them, you're good. It will take care of it, and it will answer everything. And unless people don't like to watch videos, it's all there. And to answer questions, if they're not willing to watch a video and not willing to take a look, move on to the next person. It's all based on videos and training and how we talk to others, and training videos, meetings, webinars, hangouts. We do it all. And so in the Power Team with Aaron, that is the biggest thing, is that to be active in the Power Team group and to focus on what's going on. And he and anybody that reaches gold, they do gold interviews on, they do platinum interviews on, and probably the most valuable one that I've had, that I've seen on there, is the one that he did with Mike Hobbs. And then there's Aaron Rashkin. And these two men, they interviewed with Aaron, and just the way that they attacked the business and went head first and just started sharing, talking to people, and, in their own personality, how they approached it. And it was, man, you got to take a look at this, and a message here and a message there. And it was like, oh, I've got something I want you to see. That short phrase and that curiosity, and it's like, oh, well, what you got? And then he says, well, have you got time to watch a video? Well, I can't do it right now. Okay, well, I'll be back on later tonight at about 7:30. You think you might be able to then? I'm like, well, you get back to him. Once you are able to connect and it works out with your schedule, his schedule, there together, you share it, but you do not share it in just the message. Don't just blow your link out there. And that is so, especially in initial message with somebody, because that is so spammy and not professional in a lot of people's opinions. In fact, I always see people on Facebook talking about how they were approached in this manner, and it was like, oh, that's so amateur. And it's like, I probably, oh God, it's been some time back. I was in a big hurry, and I ended up removing the link before I sent it, because I was like, oh no. And, more people are likely to respond to you if you don't include the link. And especially if you do, then even some will block you on Facebook, and you're done. There goes your lead. So, and ask for the time to watch the video. All right. And when you do, if messages are your thing, or in person, you got Aunt Sarah, you're going to see her for a get together coming up, a family gathering or something. And it's like, you've got brochures with you, and say, hey Sarah, how about, or let me think of how to word this that would be offensive. Would you be interested in losing weight? Or, I've got a product, I think you should try it. There's so many ways you could come at somebody, even, Aunt Sarah, or, your cousin Tracy, or whoever it might be that you approach. And you never want to approach somebody directly as them that would be interested, unless it's the skincare, and even with that, they could come off as, oh, well, what's wrong with my skin? So, but you always approach with, do you know someone? Or do you think you know anybody that would be interested in losing weight? Or do you know anyone that's having trouble sleeping? Do you know anybody that consumes energy drinks and would be interested in an all-natural energy drink? And it's a full 30-day supply. You go at in a third person manner, so that is, if they would be interested, well, yeah, maybe. Or someone that they know might be, and they're like, yeah, I'll take a brochure for my friend Sandy. Well, the next time you see Aunt Sarah and you gave her a brochure, or you call her up a couple days and say, hey, did you see Sandy yet? Do you think that I need to contact her and get back with her about the brochure? Did you have a chance to leave it with her? And you wait to hear what they say. And, oh, well, I could mail her one if you can't find it. I'd be happy to send her another one. And they're like, oh, no. So there's so many ways that you can get brochures to people. And the big thing with the brochures is on the back, you can put a label, which all of mine do. And they have my phone number and my website. So, which I come across a customer that I met in Ottumwa that she doesn't use the internet. She doesn't even have email. And she has 2 jobs. She's not interested in it for the business. She wants to lose 25 pounds before the end of December. And she's been at it for 2 weeks now. And she's working on it. So it was kind of odd. I've never done offline with a weight loss product before. So that was pretty cool. So, all right, next. One key, find out what your distributors or customers need. So when you have somebody pre-enroll and they've already taken the tour and they've already seen the video, so when you do your follow-up, finding out what solutions you can provide for your potential customer or distributor, if why they took the tour, what were they looking for? Were they looking to make an income? Were they looking to start a business because of the health products or the skincare, or what it was that interests them in entering their information on your website. So once you find out what drove them to do that, curiosity, or if you ask them to pre-enroll, you can still get a why out of them, what interested them. And you want to get the specifics so that you can find out the solution, figure out the solution for them, and work towards achieving that goal. If they're wanting to get, the skincare products, and they want to work on looking younger, and they do the either one of the two, whichever, instant youth or the ageless, and if they are interested because of the energy, because we have the buy two get one free or the buy three get three free, I always recommend that you get a mix of everything or several of them, or one of each, and then you can try them out, interchangeable and stuff. But there's also then, if you use them, you can offer samples through personal people yourself. I have 3 times now sent and given away samples for the E3. I had a friend locally that I gave her what was left in one of my bottles, and her oldest 2 sons used those, and they weight lift and body build and love it. And so she's in there, and she's gotten some from me separately. And then Curtis and another girlfriend of mine, they had asked for samples, and so I used a baggie, and I took one of the little snack size bags, and I put in 3 scoops, which is 3 days worth, and put directions on the bag, and I mailed it to them. And so, and in fact, I've got a cousin that I was talking to, and she'd mentioned that she'd like to try it, but she didn't know if she wanted to. And I need to get back to her about trying a sample, because I could send her some. She doesn't live close, so I would have to mail that to her too. So one other thing about finding out what their needs or wants, find out what their why is. And if their why is accessible, it needs to be, of course, everybody's why is going to be different. I have changed my why. My why was a broad why, and it had been my family. But because that is huge, overwhelming, I wanted to focus on something more specific and reach that goal. Because if I set a large goal, those little steps getting to it is a little harder. So I've made a specific thing, like my debts and my expenses, to get them lowered. And by doing that in turn will benefit my family. So that is where my why is, and I can work towards achieving that, and will directly affect my family. So, all right. My next group of notes. I'm not sure where we're at for time. Let me see here. Yeah, we're almost out of time. So I'm going to hit the last couple things on my notes here. Sacred number. This is the number for your income that you want to achieve, monthly income that will, in your head, in your finances, in your freedom, all that, set you free. That will, you feel that monthly income will give you the sense and reality of success, and you achieve that, you're there, you're good. So that's your sacred number. And the goals that you need to set to achieve that. Okay. All right. One of the freedom things about that is how you look at real freedom. And everybody may have a different freedom that they're after. It may be time freedom. It may be financial freedom. It may be job freedom, to where you have a job, a full-time job, and you want to be able to step away from that job and quit. So whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve for freedom, your real freedom, and that sacred number that you have figured in your head, the ability to not base decisions upon money factors, that kind of freedom is real freedom. So, all right. And all right, lastly for the night, as we're running out of time, to have a rank goal in mind. We all start with bronze by doing with Skinny Body Care, and no matter the business that you're in, if it's not, and you're seeing this separate, to have that rank goal in your head, or to have that level achievement, and what steps you need to do to reach that, and to be able to move forward. And if it takes one person to get there, if it takes, if you're in a business that the commissions are $2,000, it may only take, it's only one person, one commission, one sale to achieve, a monthly income that you're after. But with Skinny Body Care, to reach bronze, to get 3 people, and then to move forward with that, you reach that goal and you set another goal. And with that, you go again. And so keep your steps low, because for me and a lot of people I know, if you set it too high, then you never see the ability to reach that step. It's always just out of reach. So I set little goals, and then I make another goal. And so the feeling that you have when you reach that goal is amazing. And so it's like, yes, I got there. What's next? So then you go for silver. And what does it take to get to silver? It takes building up another 300 BV, which is helping your team members build, or doing it on your own. But it's always best to work with your team and lead by example. So when you're out there and you're bringing in people and you're training and you're teaching and you're helping and you're sharing experiences and the ability to be able to be a product of the product, and they see the vision of what this can do, they're going to share with others, and the excitement is going to continue, and it's going to build. And as it grows, their team grows. As their team grows, then it's a continual cycle above and reaching you. And so it's going to push you into the next level. And so it's important to help your team build, but never stop. Never stop leading by example, by introducing more people to the business and nurturing them to teach the same thing that you've done and how you've done it. And that's where the gold interviews and the platinum interviews are awesome, because it teaches how each person has done something different, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to leave that with you guys tonight. My biggest key and most important on whatever platform you use, to be consistent with, you stick with something and just, slide along and do it. And if you post 4 times a day on your timeline, post 4 times a day, every day, whether it's one business, one recipe, one story, one vacation picture, one soccer game picture, your granddaughter's dance recital. Be consistent, keep it the same pretty much, and people begin to follow and trust and feel like, they're more connected to you as a person and will join you more so than join your business. So I hope this has benefited you, and sorry I missed having some of you on. My throat is starting to get scratchy again. So I look forward to having next week's video, next week's training, and have a good night.